Hello friends, I am Yashpal Rathod, a naturalist and nature photographer based out of Bangalore, India. And today on the occasion of our Independence Day, I am delighted to introduce you to our very own PIR motion sensor, SensePy. As we all know, India is rich in biodiversity and within the mammals we have 400 plus species, but many of them are not been well documented, especially lesser mammals due to either their elusive, rare or nocturnal in nature, and this was the main reason I began exploring the DSLR camera trap photography about 7 to 8 years ago. And over last few years, a good sensor, both PIR and IR, were made available by Western countries, which made it possible to rapid growth of camera trap style of photography. But here we were facing challenges in importing and custom duties, etc., which in turn accelerate the cost of product. I myself was working on multiple systems, but every year many of them were lost damage on the field. So we were looking for an efficient, cost effective solution, and with Epico, a Bangalore based company of my friend, we developed few PIR sensors, and over the last 3 years they are tested by me and few other photographers in different ecosystems, and we were satisfied with their results. They were performing exactly as we were expecting them to do. So for my own personal requirement and the requirement of my many friends who wish to venture into camera trap photography, we thought of producing SensePy. Key features of SensePy is the compact size. It is a 3" by 3" and you can see the SensePy is so compact that it fits in your palm and surely will go unnoticed in the field. Another feature is the battery life. Our tests in field in different extreme environments have shown that two AA batteries lasted for over a year. And we take pride in all the circuit designs and software development that has gone into SensePy that makes this exceptional battery life possible. Another feature is app-based easy configuration. You have to forget about fiddly knobs and switches. A simple and intuitive mobile application setup allows configuring of the SensePy wirelessly over the Bluetooth. This allows you to easily configure the device exactly the way you want to do, and so that you can get the perfect picture. You can get this setup for both iOS and the Android. The most important feature why I choose to take forward SensePy, where most PIR sensor had a wide angle of detection, but SensePy is designed to a narrow angle of view. We use the front lens imported from Germany, and this is a 6 degree of view, so that it's easy to pinpoint where exactly the animal will trigger your camera. And this will help in achieving well focused photos and also help avoiding false triggering due to other natural movement of leaves or tree branches. So let's discuss the functionality of the SensePy and the app. So SensePy has a Bluetooth button and a 3.5 jack, which will be used to connect to the camera, and we have a 1x4" thread mounting SensePy on different clamps. So we use a interface cable. Normally these cables you have to buy as per your camera model. Different camera will have a different shutter release pin, and so we are using Canon here, and these cords are usually a foot long, so we need an extension cable, and here I am using a 5 meter long extension cable. So you just can connect, and then so that you can place your SensePy at a desired distance from a camera with the help of the extension cable. So let's turn on the camera, and I'm just connecting a speed light so that you get to know when the camera is firing. I have already downloaded the app on my phone, and which is available on Play Store, so you can also download. And so once you open the app and you press the Bluetooth button, it will search for the device, and here you got the device, and when you press onto the app will open. So you will notice that at the top the indication of the battery is there, and the 2.48 voltage is also mentioned. This will give you an idea about the remaining juice in the batteries. Most of the camera trap sensor we are using will have three key components. So like first is here operating modes, whether you want to use for the day or for the night only, or night with the two light, or day and night. You can choose as per your movement of your subject, whether you want to remain the sensor active for 24 hours, then you select day and night. Once you select the operating mode, the next thing you can select is the trigger mode, that how you want your sensor to send a signal to the camera when it sends the motion. So it can be a single shot. Single shot means it will just send a one signal. Camera will take, if camera shots set on a one single shot, it will take a one shot. Multiple shots, you can select number of shots, like you want to have more than one shots. You can enter like 3, 4. Let's put up 3 shots here. And so every time a sensor sends a motion, it will take 3 shots. Camera will take 3 shots. Then the time between the shots. So normally I prefer to have at least 0.5 second, but you can have 1 second, whatever your requirement. So depend upon that, there will be a gap between the each shot. Half second is good enough to flashes to recharge, and they all go together when you are using multiple flashes. Then we have a long press. When you use a long press, then normally we will be using it for a night shots where we really want to have a very long exposure of 30, 60, 120 second as you require, so that you can get a star or star trail or something like that. So you can choose a long press. We have an option of video modes. You have a option of half press focus, just to keep your camera wake up as and when the sensor got a movement signal. The third feature is the sensitivity. The sensitivity is, you want to control how much sensitive is the sensor to the movement. So it has from 0 to 6 scale, and for higher the number, the more sensitive is the sensor. So for mammals, 3 to 4 is good enough, and let's keep it at 3, and 6 will be the maximum. And the last is the inter trigger time. So this is the gap between one event and the second event before the sensor sends anything. Suppose it has a sensor movement and you put a 10 second here. So within 10 seconds, if anything crosses or any other movement happens, it will not send a signal to the camera. So that is the gap between each event. So let's put that to 10 seconds, and then you press the right. And once you press the right, so for our demo, we just select the multiple shots, and then 3 seconds and half second a gap, sensitivity of 10, interval at the 3, and then we press the right. So this information will be recorded to the sensor, and then we press the close. So once you close the button for 10 minutes, there will be LED which will blink as and when it sends a motion. So that it will help you in aligning the sensor, and where you can exactly make out that where exactly it is sensing the motion. So accordingly you can focus, you can compose your frame and something like that. So let's turn on the camera, turn on the flash. So now let's break the beam. So it took the 3 shot, and as I was mentioning during the key features of the sensor, that it has a very narrow beam of sense. So we don't used to have anything, need to use anything to control the angle of view. So if you see, if I even move hand just above it or in the side of it, it will not trigger the thing. You really have to be right in the center of the beam. Something comes, then only it will trigger. And this really helps it. When we were testing in the last few years, this was one of the key features which really motivated us to take this sensor into the production level, and a lot of false string has been avoided. So it will works like almost like a eye infrared, where you can pinpoint the beam where exactly you want subject to be there, where it triggers the camera. So That's it. That's how it's going to work. Very simple, very basic thing. Anybody who has a basic knowledge of photography can start the camera trapping. Just take out of any old camera which you are not using, a 3 frame per second, a 18-12 megapixel camera are good enough to start your camera trap journey. And those who are not into camera trap, we are providing camera trap boxes, flash tubes also. Shortly you will see those videos. So thank you for watching.